Chicken Little. The sky is falling. My Game Boy Advance is crashing. And I'm pissed off for no reason. Do you guys remember that weird period in Disney Animation Studios history where they made movies that ranged from Meet the Robinsons to this shit? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not illiterate, I'm talking about Chicken Little today. And I don't mean the movie. I mean the tie-in game for the GBA that I've had since I was a baby because my parents were begging for me to be a problem child or something. I didn't even know there was a console version until recently. I only ever thought this was a GBA game for a long ass time, so that's what I'm yapping about. Sorry to all my tiny conk enjoyers. You're looking at a tiny version. I haven't watched the movie in like 5 million years. I just remember it being mid, which means it's not good or bad. Shut up. Anyway, let's discuss in a professional manner the event that was Chicken Little for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Yeah, right. Before we continue, I would just love to announce that this video was sponsored by me. Because if you're watching this shit and not subscribing, then you're an asshole. Do you not realize the mental torture that I've gone through to play this fucking game for you? Anyway, now I'll continue. Okay, so this game released in 2005 on the 6th generation consoles, and its only handheld port was on this fucking thing, and not even the DS. That's like releasing a 3DS game in 2019. However, that fact is what makes this game kind of special, believe it or not. It's the kind of game that will get you bitches at the lunch table if they catch you playing it. I mean, come on! Disney's first 3D animated movie wasn't bad, you just can't comprehend the scope of its plot and characters, which is why I will sell my soul to Buck Cluck and explain the complexity that is Chicken Little on GBA's story. Well, the game literally just follows the movie, except it skips a lot because the game's only like 2 hours long after all. What the hell? Ignore that other file. How did that get there? Basically, Chicken Little has schizophrenia and alarmed the whole town that the sky is falling, even though an acorn hit his head. So now he's an embarrassment to his dad, Buck motherfucking Cluck, the father of the year, baby! He took his son to McDonald's! Dad, why don't you love me? Shut up, son. Here's your little man. The game explains the story with these very attractive, crusty-ass pre-rendered stills. I'm mostly pointing this out because I've seen other licensed GBA games do a lot better. I mean, Open Season on GBA legit looks like the artist actually gave a damn. And oh my god! Ducky Lucky, whatever the fucky your name is, why do you look like that? She looks like a FNAF animatronic, dude. But this is why I will never prefer pre-rendered sprites as compared to stylized 2D sprites, especially since the actual game itself does not look that bad, actually. I think the main thing the game does that is just not in the movie is Chicken Little going to the theater to watch Chicken Big or whatever the fuck his name is, because that's kind of at the end of the movie. But the developers just wanted an excuse for you to play as this guy, so I guess I can't complain. He is kind of a Chad. TLDR, Chicken Little was actually right about the sky, and an alien invasion happens after the aliens lost their kid on Earth because they're stupid or something.
His name is Kirby?
What? Huh. Fending off an alien invasion with a yo-yo and your friend sounds a lot like Wait, when did Chicken Little ever use a yo-yo in the movie?
What the fuck?
That's in like both versions of the game too. Tie-in games always grab things out of their ass to use. Why not use my ass? Bruh. This game was also developed by the same studio that made Dead by Daylight, by the way. You know, I can kind of see the resemblance. You know what? Fuck it. I want to get chased around by that fat-ass pig guy in the next update. What the gameplay? This game is a side-scrolling 2D platformer with some other bullshit sprinkled on top, and it makes me want to go to sleep after 2 seconds of playing. It's not like the console version that has like 50 billion gameplay styles. There's only a few here, so you only get to complain a little bit. Okay. It doesn't control that bad. It's pretty much what it looks like, honestly. Chicken Little is able to run, jump, ground pound using his big ass head, and use a yo-yo in a variety of ways. I think there was a soda jetpack somewhere in there too. My God. His levels just consist of slowly, and I mean slowly, getting from point A to point B while dodging the paparazzi because he's just so damn famous. I mean, he's in Kingdom Hearts 2 for a reason after all. The second kind of enemies being aliens that die in 2 hits to a yo-yo. I gotta say, at least this game isn't as depressing as the movie because Chicken Little can fight back against all the opposition in his life.
That's it, Foxy Loxy. I've had enough of your shit. It's time to pay.
Skinny Penis isn't the only playable character in this game, though. You also get to play as this jacked up Giga Chad form that you see for like 2 seconds in the movie.
Really, Nick?
He acts as a timed power-up to use in regular levels that's only accessible in the underground areas. He has 2 unique levels to himself, and yeah, he's more fun to play as. Big shocker. People like big cocks after all. Not even just because of the size, but because of the absolute power of this lad. He can break metal blocks and rocks with his bare hands and can double jump. Commander Little also gets 2 weapons as you play his levels. The first one being a ray gun, and the second one being a big-ass grenade launcher. Don't worry, his levels are actually pretty good. You can use these guns in meaningful ways. It doesn't help that there's bosses at the end of the levels that kept killing me because they're fucking hard. Yeah, I struggled on Chicken Little for the Game Boy Advance. It's not the last time you'll hear me say that. His death sprite is also just... We're gonna have to rate this M for me! God damn, what you got down there? The last playable character in the main gameplay loop is Fish. Yep, just Fish. That's his name, by the way. He's got not 2, not 3, but 1 whole level. And thank God, because it is probably the worst level in the entire fucking game, not counting something else that I'm hiding. Basically, you have to find and activate 5 terminals in the spaceship in order to beat the level. But I missed 1, and it took me like 15 minutes to find it. Fuck me, right? It doesn't help that Fish controls like fucking Sonic Forces Classic Sonic, because you have to use momentum in order to platform in this level, allowing for some high-speed action, but like in a kiddie pool kind of way. The devs 100% knew Fish was shit. The bias in this game is crazy. The Chicken Little situation is crazy. There really isn't a whole lot to say on the regular gameplay. It's a lot of slow, boring ass walking for like 50% of it, with the other 50% being platforming, with the slow ass ledge grabbing animation that Chicken Little has. Like, holy shiitake mushrooms! No wonder your dad doesn't love you! Oh wait, am I allowed to say that? Are the paparazzi gonna go after me now? Who cares? We gotta go get her nut! I mean acorns, just in case you were wondering. They're the main collectible in this game because, duh. Acorns and these statue things that don't do shit allow you to buy things in the shop, like cosmetics and extra health. I mostly bought extra health because the side modes in this game suck donkey dong. Oh yeah, I should talk about the side modes in this game. I meant the content, fuck. Outside of the main game, there is quite a few side modes and things to do. Again, you can buy shit from the general store in the world map using acorns. You find acorns at every level, but can also get them from the dodgeball game, as well as the racing game. Because of course there's a goddamn racing game in this shit. And I know I said this before, but like, this time I mean it. This is easily the worst part of the game. Firstly, isometric racers are probably the worst thing that you could ever play in anything ever. If you've played one, you know why. It doesn't help that there's a story mission where Buck Fuck is driving away from the aliens to help Chicken Little get their kid back to the mothership. This mission took me like 20 minutes to beat. You are timed, and you have to play it perfectly. And the enemies on the road are so annoying, stop! This mission made me realize why I hated cars on the GBA too. Weird how the actual racing side mode isn't nearly as difficult in comparison. Because the AI just aren't as cool as me, I guess. I didn't even bother unlocking any other vehicle. On the contrary, dodgeball, while it isn't the best thing ever or anything, it's a little fun. What? I said something positive about this game? First off, I did that already, asshole. And second off, I just said it's a little fun. There's also a story mission where you have to beat Foxy in order to get your yo-yo bag since she stole it. It's quick, and it reminds me of the mode in Mario Sports Mix, but just in 2D. You can pass the ball to your allies, as well as dash up to the line and throw the ball at your opponent hard for extra damage. Since I didn't struggle on this for 20 minutes, I have a lot less to say on it other than you can play as other characters that I also didn't unlock. Guys, I'm not playing Chicken Little for the Game Boy Advance more than I have to. I did play enough to get Chicken Little's Fortnite skins though, that you can't use in the main levels for some reason? Game, you disappointed me enough! Too much and I'm gonna develop, I don't know, chickenpox STD or something.
What?
The last level in the game looks like the Tower of Sauron, just copied and pasted on the map.
what the-
Despite that, it's pretty good using all of Chicken Little's abilities, even if Soda Machines being on the mothership makes no sense. It's pretty long though. Some of those aliens are kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
No one told me there'd be jump scares in here.
If you're wondering why I'm only really talking about the last level, then let me make it clear, Littleback. It's the only level that actually made me feel something, okay? The Commander Little levels are pretty decent, but it's still just boring ass run and gun. But here, I get to run through a creepy ass spaceship with fucking Chicken Little's goofy ass walk cycle in front of me. The final boss also took me an uncomfortably long amount of time to kill too, but at least the music was kind of a banger. I probably shouldn't say that about the OST for this game. It makes me look cringe, but that ship has sailed a while ago. That's Chicken Little on the Game Boy Advance in a nutshell for you, pretty much. It's a game that I've owned for a very long time that my viewers just really wanted me to play for some reason after I brought up its existence. I can hardly play the damn thing anymore on real hardware. Even my GBA knows this game sucks ass. For some reason, you can view the animations of the characters in the game as well as listen to like one of the 5 songs that exist in there. There really isn't a lot more that I could talk about, fellas. Game is worse than the movie, but hey, at least Buck Cluck doesn't seem like such a jackass compared to the movie. Actually, wait a second. Why is his name Chicken Little? He's a rooster. He's got a cock. I am the champion. Kill me.